Welcome back to Clean with Kate, and it's Sunday evening in November. It's about the middle of November, and I thought you might like to come on a little house tour just to see what's changed. So the house is still looking we're very autumnal still. We haven't really gone into full-on winter yet. There's still leaves on the trees, although they're falling rapidly. And amazingly, my geraniums are still flowering beautifully, even though it's the middle of November. I think it's the 16th of November when I'm filming this, so it's very mild. We're having a very mild autumn, so the geraniums are still looking really pretty. Anyway, I'm sure you don't want to look at my geraniums, I'm sure you want to look at the house, so let's go inside and see what's changed, if anything. What have I been up to? Okay, so as we go in the entrance, not a lot has changed here. I've still got my artificial flowers here, but let's see if I can find some different things to show you. I don't know if I've ever shown you what's on the top shelf. Let's just zoom in. So what have I got up there? Lots of artificial flowers, artificial peonies, some dried flowers that I dried out of the garden. And what I tend to do is I rotate the artificial flowers, whoops, sorry about that, seasonally. So there's peonies, there's roses. I can have a bit of a swap around with my artificial flowers. And I have actually still got my spring artificial flowers here because I haven't found anywhere to put them, but I think they probably need to go in a basket. I might put them in the kitchen on top of one of the dressers because they're just such a lovely, joyful thing. I still haven't sorted out my door curtain. Oh my goodness, why am I procrastinating on this? I think it's because I know it needs washing, but it's just still hanging there. I probably just need to ask Mike to hang it back up for me. I've had a couple of goes, but I'm just not quite tall enough. Look, I can't quite reach it. So I need to climb up on a chair and I just haven't got around to it. So I've had some fun this week. I've been making my own cleaning products. I've been waiting. I've ordered some new cleaning products and they haven't come. So I've actually made my own because I got fed up of waiting. Do you know, I've just noticed in here, this ceiling, I wonder if that's getting worse, which is a little bit of a worry. It looks like we've got joists gone there. And luckily there's nothing above this, it's just the roof, but it is a heavy roof, so I wonder if we need to get that looked at. I've not noticed it being quite as bad as that before. Do you know, I've got some lovely little baskets in here. I wonder if I think I should put the spring flowers in here, so I might actually pause and do that. Just bear with me. I've managed to get the tulips up there, but you know, I'm not sure about that. I might try them in the kitchen because I think I've got more space. It looks a little crowded up there now. But I've managed to drop the daffodils. So let's pop the daffodils back where they were. Maybe they're just better where they are because then I get to see them and they spark joy every time I see them, even though they're not in season. I've popped the lights on in here so you can see what it's like. It's just starting to go dark outside. I've bought these were at the cottage, so I bought them back. They were just in my window box at the cottage and they're just little artificial IKEA roses, but I just think they're really sweet. Oh, look what's going on in here. Some of my houseplants are starting to flower. Look at this. I don't know what, this is something, it actually came with the house and we've propagated it. I'm not actually sure what it is. If you do know, please pop it in comments. We've got lots of them and they flower absolutely spectacularly. So it's quite exciting. We keep remembering to water it. And I wonder if these have rooted in. Let's have a quick look. Golly, they've dropped lots of seed. Oh, yes, look at that. They've rooted in brilliantly. So that's probably a job. I need to get some more water in there because they haven't got much water left. And I need to actually pop those in some compost now and pop them in the garden. They'll root in really well. There's a bit of a tidy up needed in here, as you can see. I've got a little photo gallery over here. This is all my family. This is my husband and myself when we got married. And this is my youngest with one of our dogs who's still alive, amazingly. The dog, that is. My youngest is now 25 and the dog is 15, I think. So he must have been a puppy there. And there's the children when they were younger. And this is me. This is me when I was very young. God, I think I was probably in my 20s then with very short hair. So there's a sort of little family gallery in here of grandparents and parents and the children when they were little. Now, what I've started to do, I've started to winterise the conservatory. I still haven't done anything with my cocktail cabinet. I think I'm going to leave it like this because I think it will get used at Christmas. And then I'll maybe have a think about moving it somewhere else for the spring. But I think it is going to get used on the run up to Christmas. So I'm just leaving it there for now. Thank you for all your helpful suggestions about what I could do with that area. Golly, we need to do a bit more work in here. The conservatory is still looking pretty spectacular considering it's November. I'm not sure how much longer it'll last. We are due a cold snap, so that might actually stop it flowering, but it's still looking really good. But what I brought you in here to see was this. It's quite exciting. My paper whites, golly, look at them. They've all come back to life, so I'm really hopeful. I'll take you down here and show you these. Really hopeful I might actually get some flower this year. So I'm trying to put them in the sun so they get a bit of light. And actually my hyacinths as well. We've put some hyacinths into some old china and they are starting to I can see they're growing roots, but maybe need to put a bit more compost in here. These paper whites aren't looking so good. I don't think they're getting enough light. I probably need to move them into the light. And I've got another one of these plants in here that's putting up flower. So I probably need to bring that into the warmth. I really don't know what this is, but it's really easy to propagate because we inherited one with the house and my husband's propagated them, so we have multiples now. And they flower every year and I have absolutely no idea what they are. Please do let me know if you know. It's quite cold in here, so let's go back in the house. And we're back through into the dining room. I'm quite late filming this today because we've been out for lunch with my son to celebrate my husband's birthday. So just give you a good view of the dining room. I love this light fitting up here, but oh my goodness, look at the cobwebs. Oh, I'm going to have to get in here. Golly, I should bring it. You know, I should bring a duster around with me. Just look at the cobwebs up there. It's I forget to look up when I'm in here cleaning. Anyway, while I was telling you about my new, I decided to make my own cleaning product. I thought, I wonder how easy it is to make your own cleaning products, and I did. So I'm gonna show you that when we get through into the big barn. I've got my own homemade cleaning product in there because I'm still waiting for my posh cleaning product from Purdy and Fig. Anyway, we're in the lounge. The lounge set up in winter mode at the moment, so the twinkly lights are up on the mantelpiece. I absolutely love these twinkly lights. They're not just for Christmas. They just give the house such a lovely cosy feel. So we keep ours up all year round, but we only switch them on in sort of autumn and winter. And then we'll be Christmasing up soon. It's not long now, is it? I think probably, if I can last, I'm going to go to the end of November and then I'm going to put my Christmas tree up. So the Christmas tree will be going up in the bay window as usual. And I'll be deciding what colours to do this year. I think last year I did red and gold, but what shall I do this year? Shall I have a change or shall I go traditional? This is a very traditional room, so red and gold works very well in here. I don't know if I've ever given you a view of this room from this angle. You can see the colour scheme is very much on a sort of reds and burgundies and sort of very traditional colours. We haven't lit the log burner in here yet. Because the heating's keeping it surprisingly warm. But it's a lovely room this in the evenings to watch television in or to just sit and chat. Because there's a big sofa, we've got lots of throws in here, and it's just really, really cosy evening sort of room with all the lamps on. And then when you want to watch telly, you can turn all the lamps down. If you've got any questions, please pop them in comments. I'm always happy to answer questions about the house or anything you're interested in. Golly, what is going on in the hall? I've been having a sort out. I tend to keep a lot of out of season clothes under the stairs. I've got these huge big trunks here. And in the last couple of years, I've started labelling the trunks so I know what's in them. I've also got a lot of my workout gear. But I've been going through the trunks and pulling out sort of skirts that I want to wear this year. There's a couple here. There's actually one needs to go back away. It's too big. And I've pulled out a Christmassy sort of skirt here, which I think would be nice with a sort of dark jumper, a navy jumper at Christmas. And what else have I got to show you? I don't know if I've showed you this picture before. I found this in an antique centre a week or two ago, and I've just got to decide where to put it. As soon as I saw it, I just thought, I think she belongs in our house. She's so beautiful, either that or my daughter's house. But I've just got to find the right spot for her. She's absolutely gorgeous. I might try her in the new barn. And something else I wanted to show you. My Christmas cactus have come into flower. They're a little early. They're dropping their flowers already. I'm not sure why they're in flower so early. But they're still very welcome sight. And I've got them in this lovely old antique planter. It's seen better days, but you know what? I just love it. It just goes with the house. Anyway, I'm going to keep it turned this way, but once it's finished flowering, I'll turn it round so it gets a bit more light onto, or I might actually move position. I might move it into the position this one's in. This one's put on a lot of growth. This is one I inherited from my dad, and it's never particularly looked healthy, but this is the first year it started to look healthy. I've had this probably 20 years, and I just wonder if it needs fresh compost or what am I doing wrong? But this is the healthiest it's looked since I've had it. So I'm doing something right. They clearly like it in this position. But when that one's finished flowering, I might swap them around because that one hasn't flowered at all, but it has put on lots of growth. That one's flowered abundantly, but hasn't put on any growth. And that's another one I inherited. I think this one came with the house. And this little one up here is flowering incredibly. This was a gift from a friend a couple of years ago. And it seems to love it in this hole. They're all doing so much better since I bought them. And I used to have them in the conservatory, but I don't think they like the conservatory. I think it's too hot in summer and too cold in winter. But they seem to love this hallway because they're all looking really, really healthy. I've got quite a few standard lamps in the hall that I bought at auction. There's this sort of, I think this is an Edwardian one. It's got this lovely carved oak stand and this incredibly ornate lampshade. I bought it really for the lampshade, but actually I love the stand as well. And over here I've got another one, another sort of antique one. This is a brass one. I don't know which is the older of the two. I think this might be the older one. And this is one I've had for a long time. But you know what? I need to put a brighter light bulb in it. It's just not giving up to enough light. This time of year, it's nice to have subdued lighting, but this one is a little too subdued. It'll be time to draw the curtains soon. At this time of year, as soon as it goes dark, I like to draw the curtains and keep it really cozy. So here's another of my gorgeous, gorgeous antique suitcases. I am obsessed with vintage and antique suitcases. I just love them. And they're so inexpensive to buy at auction. I mean, I think I picked this one up for about £5 at a local auction. They don't seem to be particularly popular at the moment, but they are fantastic for storing out of season clothes, hats and gloves, just anything that you're not using, that you want to store it in a sort of attractive storage box. And these old suitcases make great storage boxes. Right, where should we go next? I was going to take you in the downstairs loo, actually. I'm not sure why, but I'll take you and show you the hallway. So in the main hallway to the house, going through to the front entrance, and then into the downstairs room, which, as you know, is one of my favourite rooms. I do need to do a little bit of TLC in here because my plants are looking decidedly dry. Golly, look at the view out at this time of year. It's absolutely wonderful view out of the trees. They're in sort of skeleton formation at this time of year. So you can see it's really, really changed. Just in the last week or two, the leaves have started to fall. I must remember to pop back up in here and water. Everything's looking a little dry. Oops. I haven't got an apron on, which is a change. It's not often I don't have an apron on. I'm going to switch the lights off, actually, while I remember. And I probably need to go back in here and switch the lights off too, don't I, before I take you anywhere else. So I'm just going to switch the lights off in the conservatory. And then I'll switch the lights off in here. One more light to switch off and then we can go upstairs. Oh, I've got another of these plants here. This one's putting up flowers as well. Okay, let's resume the tour. Just give you a little view of the chandelier. And there's the view with the lights off. Let's do the same in the hallway. So that's the view with the lights dimmed. So you can see it's very, very cosy at this time of year. Sorry, I'm developing a stammer, aren't I? And I better switch the lights off in here, or my other half's going to have something to say. So let's take the lights down. I might just leave the twinklers on. So we're down to just one or two lights now. last but not least, so I'll just leave the twinkly lights on. You can see it's not quite dark outside yet. Do you know, I think I'm going to take you through to the kitchen because I think Mike might be upstairs. And the lighting is not very good upstairs at this time of day. Probably better to do an upstairs tour during the day. So I've got a little bit of stuff I need to get rid of, and I probably need to wash my hands actually because I've been handling the plants. Let's just get rid of the plant material. Whoops, I'll try and slow down. I'm starting to whiz. The dogs are waiting for their dinner. Hello, Ted. Are you getting hungry? And who's this? This is Sophie or Molly. So this time of year, I like to start my evening routine early. As you can see, it's going dark outside. So one part of my evening routine is I like to pull the blinds down and just keep the dark out. It just makes it feel so much more cozy. I've got my twinkly lights on the dresser. I've still got my summer mugs out. I haven't really got any winter mugs, so these seem to go all year round. But I'm definitely into my autumn pinnies at the moment. Got this little walk-in pantry. I think I might have overstocked on dog treats. I've got an absolute massive dog treats in there. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I've got them on a subscription, but it looks like I need to cancel the subscription. Got far too many dog treats. I think the dogs are staying in here. And then again, the pantry, I'm going to do the same in the pantry. Need to put my little blind down, keep it cozy. And part of my evening routine, I'll be cleaning out my coffee machine as well. I'm going to take you into my office. I'm going to put my blind down in here as well. So the office is not lovely because it looks out over the garden. So let's put the blind down. This is one of my favourite blinds actually. It matches my tablecloth in the other room. I absolutely love this blind. You know, I'd forgotten it matched my tablecloth. And I've got this incredible lamp in here. I don't know if I've ever showed you this lamp. It's one of those Marmite things. You either love it or you hate it. I think it's an Art Deco lamp. I bought it again at auction and it's an incredible thing. Looking at it, I would say it's Art Deco. It's very, very unusual. I like unusual lamps. And it's just a sort of functional office with a desk and quite a lot of dog baskets actually. I probably need to rationalise the dog baskets. I've also got a china cupboard in here and some of my vintage baskets. We've got these lovely, lovely vintage lampshades. I can't remember if this one came with the house or if I bought this. I think I bought this at a charity shop, but I love these old fabrics. They just spark joy in me. And this old picture in here of the girl gathering the daffodils. Again, it's another picture that I picked up at auction. Anyway, let's go back out of the office. Dogs aren't budging. They're just waiting now for their dinner because they know it can't be long. It's 4:20 and it's almost pitch black. There's not much lighting on in here at this time of year, but it's a very cozy sort of room. A lot of the light's actually provided by the fish tank. I think the fish are waiting for their dinner too. I've had a couple of additions to the fish tank. Mike's bought these, I don't know what type of fish they are, but they eat algae and they live on, they suck onto the sides. They're incredible things. I think whether they're a type of catfish or a loach or something, but they keep the algae down in the fish tank. I can only see one of them. There are two in there, but I've no idea where the other one's gone. But the fish think I'm going to feed them, so they've all come to see us. But the light the fish tank gives them, the sort of noise of the water is very calming. Oh. Ooh. So let's give you a view of the this room after dark. This is off the little kitchen. Oh, the dogs are coming. Oh, the dogs opened the door. Are you following me around? You definitely want your dinner, don't you? Getting a play bow, am I? So this room leads into the old utility room through here. But we're not going to go in there, I don't think, today. Where should we go next? I think we'll go through into the barn. Oh, here's another dog. Golly, you're a bit of a trip hazard, aren't you? And that stairs up there leads up to the cottage. And that was the bathroom I've been working on this week. And then this room is also in its sort of winter evening mode. And I'm just starting to get a few little more sort of seasonal decorations out. This is probably a Christmas decoration, but I just love it. I put it out with my pumpkins because to me, it says autumn stroke winter. And my little pumpkins are still doing really well that might grow on the vegetable garden. I'm being followed around by the dogs at the moment. Golly, I'm just looking at all the things I need to do in here. There's a bit of tidying up needed. I've got quite a book hotspot. I've got some new books. I'm gonna start a new book. I've just finished my book, so I'm about to start a new book. Might have to put some lights on in here. It's getting really dark now. I'm just in the middle of sorting out my orchids. This orchid is definitely needing to go to the orchid nursery. It's finished flowering. I need to deadhead it. And I think these are probably on their way to the orchid nursery. I need to do a bit of a tidy up. That one's definitely finished. I can maybe get another week out of those, but then they need to go up. Oh, the log burner's going, but I think it might need stoking up. I've had a very big lunch today, so I'm going quite slowly. It makes a change. I don't often go slowly. Let's just check the log burner. Ooh, I might need a couple more logs in there. I'm just going to pause while I put a log in. Okay, I've put another log in and I've opened it up. So hopefully it will get going again. Look, it's coming back to life already. We're going to be having dinner in here, and also I'm going to be doing a bit of work in here later tonight. So I want this room really cozy. You can see out here now I've left the pantry lights on. So you can see across to the main house from the barn. And there's the cottage entrance, and I've left the pantry lights on. I've got quite a bit of tidying up to do in here, but it's not bad. It's not bad. My little pumpkins, these are all decorative pumpkins that we grew in the garden, and they just spark joy in me. I love the colours. They're not edible, I don't think. Unless you know different, let me know. But as far as I know, they're not edible, but they're just so cute. Oh, something going wrong here. I've got twinkly lights on the window, but they haven't come on. I need to get Mike on that. I've been picking these dahlias out the garden. Oh, I meant to show you them in the entrance, actually. And these little antique medicine bottles, which I collect these. If I see them in charity shops or on car boot sales, I buy them. Some of them have been dug up out the garden. I think that's probably a modern one. That's a sort of reproduction one, but a lot of them are antique ones. I buy them on antique fairs if I see them, and they're just lovely for putting small flowers into, like this. And in here, we've used this incredible antique container. It's a vase, I think, but we've put a plant in it, and it's just lovely. I love it. And it's on this, it is a rotating cheese board we've put it on, so we can rotate the plant. Oh, I don't know what's gone wrong with my frame. The twinkly lights are working on here, thank goodness. I've got a bit of a clutter on here though. I think I've got too many plants on here. This is doing so well on here. It's growing incredible amounts. It loves it there. But I think I do need to reduce the number of plants on there because it's getting quite difficult to see out. And again, I've got more of these antique medicine bottles with the chrysanthemums in. So these were just leftover ones after I'd put the chrysanthemums into a vase. Do you know, I think I'm going to move that into this collection over here. I've got to keep an eye on these because they will start to go off. And if I'm not careful, they'll end up rotting. The orchids here are doing incredibly well. You can tell I like my house plants. There's plants everywhere. Ah, this is what I wanted to show you. This is my homemade cleaning product. I had this gorgeous little container which had a body oil in. I think it actually had the Avon body oil in. I'd finished the body oil, so I washed it out really thoroughly with detergent. And then I made my own cleaning product. I wanted something that smelled really nice. So what I did, I looked up the ingredients on a sort of cleaning product made with essential oils. And it basically said it was essential oils, surfactant and water. So I thought, well, I've got some essential oils. So I had the Valente lemongrass one. So I put quite a bit of a few of those, you know, good few squirts of that in. And then I added a very, very small drop, 1 drop of fairy washing up liquid. And then I topped it up with very slowly with hot water. And you know, it's made the most wonderful cleaning product. I had such fun yesterday cleaning things with it, and I wanted to test it before I talked to you about it. But I'm really, really pleased with it. So I had and what I love about it is because it's in this tiny little bottle. It means it's really easy to carry around. It fits in your pocket. And I spent ages yesterday just cleaning surfaces, cleaning glass. It was really good on glass, and it smells amazing. And the whole house smells amazing. And literally, it cost me nothing really, because I already had the washing up liquid in, I already had the essential oils in, and I already had the bottle. It was just an empty bottle from a beauty product, an Avon body oil spray. And it is so lovely to use. I would highly recommend having a go and making your own cleaning products, because I really enjoyed it. Anyway, let's get on with the tour. So I cleaned the Arga yesterday with my new cleaning product. And it was lovely because the Arga's on. So the smell just sort of filled the whole room from the essential oils. And it doesn't seem to have done any harm, thank goodness. This is a little snug area where I tend to work and I read in here. And it's just a sort of coffee area. We've had coffee in here today with my son, and it looks out over the garden. It's just a really cozy little area. I probably should have tidied up before I made the video, but I may not have got round to making the video if I had. Oh my goodness, we're going into the utility room. I need to do a bit of work in here tonight. Oh my goodness, that's just reminded me as well. I've left washing in the washing machine again. Golly, there's a lot going in here tonight. Hope that light didn't shock you. I've got loads of laundry. It's all been washed and dried, and I just need to process it tonight. Some of it's going to need ironing. I might do that tonight. I've got things that need putting away. I picked this up at a charity shop at the weekend. It's a really inexpensive little lampshade. I got it for 50p, but it's so cute. I just need to find a little candle lamp now for it to go on. I've got some crockery that's going across to the barn. What else have I got in here? Dog coats. And these things, I bought a couple of these things on Amazon. And that's basically, I thought they might work on my windows, but they don't. But I'm going to put one, I've put one in my shed where I like to sit. And I've also going to put this one in my car and see how we get on. See if it stops the car getting damp over winter. And these are the dog's post-op coats. They were so good, so much better than those cones they used to get. So the dogs wore those for about a week post-op. I've washed them in case we need to use them again, just in case there's any problems with their wounds. But so far, touch wood, we're okay. I'm going to do some ironing in here tonight, but this is my working utility room. And as you can see, there's lots going on in here at the moment. I'm not sure where Mike is. Hopefully he's going to come and start cooking dinner and feed the dogs soon, because I need to get on and sort this laundry out, and I need to go and empty my washing machine. Oh, it looks like, I thought you might like seeing the barn in mid-November at 4 o'clock in the evening. It's incredible, isn't it, how the nights are drawn in. And it looks very different in the dark. This is a vintage tin. I've had this for a while, and I'm letting Mike use it at the moment because he got given some gorgeous chocolates for his birthday, and they're in there. They're in there so they won't tempt me. I can see, I know where Mike is. He's on the top floor because I can see the light on. Anyway, the fire's come back to life. Yay! So I am going to get on with some jobs now. So thanks for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed my November house tour. Probably the next house tour will be the Christmas house tour after we've started to decorate the house. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.